Montevallo and play in D2. So for them, it is a game that has no impact on the remainder of the year outside of a win and individual stats. But for Coastal Alabama North, you are still in control of your own destiny with the possibility of being the number 1 seed. But you got to win the rest of the games. 4 key games to go for Coastal Alabama North, taking on Enterprise State in this one. Snead State on Monday, and then next week a couple of games against Chat Valley. So a big week and a half left for Coastal North, and the opening points in this one belonging to Colleen Pelham and Enterprise State. Taking a look at that lineup for Coastal Alabama North. You got Tajay Young, who is one of the best three-point shooters in the ACCC. 2-year starters, Taylor Murph and Tiffany Goodman. And, of course, 2 of the top rebounders in the conference in Tamira Smalls and Tashana Key. 2-2 game, and it is the Ball Weevils who have tied up the Coyotes, and the Coyotes looking for their first lead and have got it on the Young 3. Another interesting stat, and something that the Coyotes would like to change today: they have not won a Saturday game. And played 5 games on Saturday and lost them all. And would like to change that today. And of course, you want to play better on Saturdays if you get to Montevallo and the conference tournament. The championship is on a Saturday. A 5-3 game. Into the corner to Small. Goodman feeding it down low. Small going to Young. Young launching the 3. And that one off the rim. Murph had it. She will get fouled prior to the shot. Kaiser Richardson. Melanie Harris. Keelan Pelham. Jayla Swinney on the floor, and let's see who that remaining Boll Weevil is. Donning at 24, and there is no 24 listed on their roster. So we'll see if we can figure out who 24 is for Enterprise State. Two-point game. Pelham lost it. Goodman's got it. Little pump from Harris. And it'll be Coyote ball 3 minutes into the game. Brought in from the near sidelines. Maybe 24 is Jody Smith. Have a name on the roster with no number beside it, with 4 starts, playing in 5 games. He's taking a guess. Richardson. Give it over to Harris, and then down low. That is Swinney with a shot. These two teams have already met once this year. It was a 3-point Coyote win in Enterprise. And this was a game, by the way, that wasn't supposed to be played today. Originally slated for that snow week. And got moved to today. A little bit behind Harris. Richardson able to track it down. Drive shot up, and Murph with a push. So Richardson to the stripe shooting. Enterprise State coming in with a 3-8 conference mark. 5-23 overall, and that, by the way, why they are out of the running. 4 teams go to Montevallo. And the 4 remaining teams all have 2 or less conference losses, with 4 or less games remaining. So no way for Enterprise State to get back into the mix. They can just play a spoiler's role and try to wrap up the season successfully. It's their last game of the year. Into the lineup is Shaneria Lennox. That is Goodman. And there is a foul that will have it brought in from the baseline. Jason Thompson was supposed to be here today. And I was supposed to be in Georgia doing Georgia Military College and Florence Darlington Tech softball. But there's rain in Milledgeville, or at least the prediction of rain. So Jason with the day off and me working a lot closer to home. Small back out front to Young. Thrown away, trying to get it down low to Key. And it stays a 1-point game. Pelham in play to Richardson. Kaylee Norris coming into the game. Norris out to Pelham. Pelham working into the top of the key. Just about halfway through the opening quarter, over to Richardson. Richardson with a drive, and she'll get fouled. And have a chance at the line to tie the game or give the lead to the Coyotes. I think we're at the media timeout, aren't we? We are a tick below 5. Got a dead ball. And we are. At the first break of the game, compliments of the media, with the Coyotes leading by 1.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Richardson, a 53% free throw shooter, notched the game up at 5. It was a 59-56 final when these two teams met on the 25th of November. That was a big day for Key. She scored 24 on November 25th when these two teams met, nearly half of the Coyote points. Young to Lennox. Got it out front and was talking about the fact that the Coyotes have struggled on Saturdays. So has Enterprise State. They have not won a Saturday game. They are 0-4. Lennox just a little strong with a 3, Swinney with a board. We have 3 of the top 5 rebounders in the conference on the floor. Swinney for the Boll Weevils, Small and Key for Coastal North. A little tiny window trying to get into Swinney. Somehow, Swinney wrestled it away. And Enterprise State will call a timeout to preserve possession. 4:08 to play. Quarter number 1, a 1-point Boll Weevil lead. Pelham to put it in play. 4:08 to play in the quarter. 8 on the shot clock. So not a ton of time to set up the offense, but no time necessary. The perimeter 2. Pushing the lead out to 3 for the Boll Weevils. Fed into the corner to Lennox. Key with a drive off the glass and drew the foul. So Key going to the line. I mentioned she had as many points as her jersey when the teams met on the 25th of November. And to go along with the 24 points, had 12 boards. And speaking of a Coyote with a lot of boards on the 25th, checking into the game is Ariel Gilchrist. Gilchrist also into double digits. As a matter of fact, led the team in rebounding in November with 13 grabs. So Gilchrist into the game. Sent out front. That was Norris with a miss. Not enough at 8 on the other end. Little bit short with a 3 try. That was a WWE takedown. Small and I think that was Norris. And Small just powering her down with both hands on basketball. Fed over to Gilchrist. Actually, that is Goodman. Goodman. It is Gilchrist with a rebound. Maybe it was a premonition. Gilchrist the rebound and the points. And the lead back to Coastal North. Out front to Swinney. And into Pelham. That is Norris for 3, and she'll splash it in. Gilchrist sending it right side. Lennox to Goodman. Small near the elbow, able to get rid of it to Goodman. Goodman with a drive, banks it. Coyotes take the lead back. And great to have you watching, by the way. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. As Goodman's got the steal, feeds over to Gilchrist. Gilchrist with a miss. Low and a little bit too far out in front of Swinney. And the Coyotes with possession. 93 ticks left on the first quarter clock. I think next week, outside of the conference tournament in Montevallo, wraps up our regular season coverage. I know we've got the Coyotes on Monday against Snead State. Got the Coyotes South on Thursday against Lawson State. And I think it is this week, we're back here for Chat Valley. Pelham taking a shot to the mouth. It's that time of the year with the blending of sports. Last night, we were in LBW for baseball. And here today for basketball, Gilchrist the steal. Goodman fires. Wow, what a needle threader to Lennox. Just a super pass. Pelham topside, Gilchrist defending. Nearly taken away by Lennox. Fan to Smalls and an easy 2 for Smalls. Time running out, turnaround 3 coming up a little bit short. And we've wrapped up a stanza. 1 quarter in, and it is the Coyotes looking for their 7th conference win of the year.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone. Because now you're a part of something, a community that wants you to succeed, thrive. Here, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, Coyotes. That's the pack. That's Coastal Alabama.
Best seat in the house of the Crow's Nest here at the Cooper Center. Well, I guess maybe not seat. Best stand in the house. Seated at halftime. That is Norris for a long 3. It is short. Keys on the receiving end. A little too tall with a toss to small from Lennox. And it'll be Boll Weevil basketball. Pelham to put it in play from the Gatorade cooler. Out of bounds off Goodman. Halftime, Daniel Head is our special guest. The AD at all of the Coastals. And that's right out 15 minutes in length. So we will immediately wrap the half up and go to the interview as there is a foul called on Gilchrist. So put in play from the baseline by Pelham. In and out, but an opportunity at the stripe. Lennox dropping in the 3. Megan Odom checking into the game for the Coyotes. And there is a foul down low. Let's see who the infraction is called upon. We'll have Swinney shooting. Got a double dribble mixed in there. So no bucket for Gilchrist. Nearly taken away by Young and then tipped out of bounds by Norris. So the Coyotes will have it. Lennox back over to Young. Lobs it down low, trying to get into small saving it, but into the hands of Pelham. Odom steals it away and nearly threw it away. And we're going to have a foul. The recipient is Gilchrist. And the Coyotes to put it in play from the near sideline. Readjustment of the shot clock back to 30. And a new throw in. Gilchrist to Lennox, right side. Trying to get it down low to air ball on the Norris 3 try. Lennox with the rebound. Young to Odom. Back to Young for 3 off the rim. Mo Weevils with it. 7:04 to play, half number 1. And that'll go out of bounds off of Gilchrist. Goodman coming into the game. Also back into the game for the Boll Weevils is Harris, as Pelham will go to the sidelines. And a Young reach. Do we have a foul or a jump ball? Looks like a foul. And it is going to be charged to Young. Non-shooting, Harris to put it in play from the baseline. Swinney with a turnaround, rebounded by Lennox. Gilchrist able to get it back after the block. Lennox from the top of the key, and she's got her second 3. Out of bounds. Swinney touched it last. Well, technically, the official touched it last, but he's considered part of the floor. So Swinney, last to touch it before going out of bounds. Thrown away. Target was Young. Harris able to steal it. And a foul charge to Young. And Harris going to the line. They will be in the bonus the rest of the half, as the Coyotes pick up their 5th personal. And the Ball Weevils have not committed a foul in the second stanza. Harris, a 37% free throw shooter as a team. Enterprise State hits about 58% of their threes. She'll go 1 of 2. Goodman's got it right side. Young, she's got 2 threes. And the first double-digit lead comes just inside 6. Pull up Jay. Off the rim, rebounded by Murph. And then Murph is fouled. That'll be the first Boll Weevil foul in the corner. Coyotes to put it in play from the opposite end of the floor. Coming up on Monday on JockJive, all Coastal North. Softball at noon, Meridian College in Coastal North. Actually, baseball starting 30 minutes earlier. Post Florida grads and Coastal North and Bruton. And then we wrap it up in Monroeville on Monday night. Huge matchup in both men's and women's basketball. Sneed State, Coastal North. Rebounded by Goodman. Hands over to Murph. Norris with the foul. Young to put it in play from the baseline. Gives it to Goodman to Murph. And there is a foul that has got us to the media timeout with 4:53 left in the half. So Lennox will go to the sidelines and come back to the stripe when we return to Monroeville, Alabama, and the Cooper Center.
Just about all white Jones County. Diving catch it, shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
There is Diana Grace Nelson's mama in the stands. The last time we showed the camera on her, she said it made her a star. So I guess that would mean today shining the camera would make her a superstar. Here to watch her daughter play. Diana Grace Nelson playing in 19 games this year for the Coyotes. So just about every one of them. They have played 21 prior to today. Harris feeding into the corner. Swinney. Back out front it goes. 12-point Coyote lead. Shot clock about to run out, and Murph stole it. And then you got to travel. And Enterprise State will have a brand new 30-second clock as a result. Harris putting it in play to Pelham, who is checked back into the game. All Swinney, Young with it. Gives over to Murph. Murph trying to feed to Odom, but Odom couldn't hang on. A lot of boll weevil. I was going to say hands, but what does a boll weevil have? They have like legs, or there's probably an official name for the arms on a boll weevil. But nonetheless, through those as well. Too tall and out of bounds. Coyotes with a basketball. I mentioned subscribing to our YouTube channel. By the end of the month, that is now, 13 days in February away. Hoping to be at 6,000. So we got some subscribing to go. Lennox off the rim. But if you'll subscribe, we'll thank you. Swinney with a miss. Goodman got it. Feeds to Murph. Murph banks it. And the Coyotes with a 31-17 lead. That is an Odom block. Lennox hands it over to Goodman. Goodman with a drive. Got the look, couldn't get it to fall. Richardson back into the game. Fed down low and got a bump. Odom bumping Swinney. So Swinney shooting. .239 left to play in the game. Couple of teams, men and women for Coastal North, right in the thick of things as far as postseason is concerned. Lady Coyotes in the top 4 and 4 go, and the men Coyotes in the top 6 and 6 go. And as a matter of fact, both teams currently at the 2 spot. And where seeding is concerned, it's certainly more significant for the men than the ladies. Where the ladies are concerned, you got 4 teams going. They all will play in semifinal action. And obviously 2 of the 4 go to the championship. But on the men's side, there are 6 teams. And the 3, 4, 5, and 6 seeds play in the quarterfinals, followed by the semis and championships. So if you are a 1 or 2, you can skip a day. So if you're the men Coyotes, that's what you're looking to do. Skip a day of basketball at Montevallo. Lennox with it, left side. Out front it goes to Young. Goodman with a turnaround. Spins in the paint. Wow. She's got a ton of moves. And Coyotes here in the second creating some separation. A 14-point lead is pushing from the backside is Shantae Sanders. And Swinney goes to the line. I mentioned we've got 3 of the top 5 rebounders in the conference on the floor tonight. Swinney's one of the 3. Number 5, averaging a little better than 8 rebounds a game. Coyotes have got the 1 and 2 rebounders in the conference. In Small and Key. Well, there's another great pass. The miss down low by Murph, but you could not fault the Goodman pass. Fan to Swinney, and Swinney walked. So the Coyotes put it in play. 51 seconds left in the half. Left open is Goodman. Pops the 3. Biggest Coyote lead of the game, a half minute away from halftime. Pelham working the dribble. It is stolen away. Lennox has got it all alone to the hoop for 2. Off the glass is their time. Here comes Lennox. Feeds it to Young. Young. And that'll be it for halftime. But a big second stanza for the Coyotes as they will push it out to an 18-point lead at halftime. Well, we mentioned that conversation with the AD of all the Coastals, Daniel Henn. It is our halftime feature. Time for another conversation with the AD at all the Coastals, Daniel Henn. Coach, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, Robert. Happy New Year to you. Thanks for having me on again. And, we're excited about the 2025 version of the Coastal Alabama Coyotes.
Amen. A happy New Year to you as well. And by the way, I noticed, I'm sorry, I just can't not refer to you as coach every now and then. So, you're a longtime coach. Now AD, but occasionally it slips on me.
Well, I have worked my way back. I'm now the 3rd assistant for my son's T-ball team. Mainly, my job is to make sure I've got everybody in line in the dugout to come up to bat, and I keep the scorebook some. So, I still got it in me. The 5-6-year-old. That's about what probably the level I needed to be coaching at. For years, I tricked some college kids for a while, but I've got down to the level that I'm probably more destined for now.
Well, I'm not sure if I agree with that, but congratulations on your new job, coaching wise.
Thank you.
By the way, all right, let's talk about basketball first, because we're really coming into the most significant part of the season now. And though this might be played, later in the month, we are recording it the 1st of January. So let's talk about conference play where the Coyotes are concerned. Coastal South, Coastal North. Really, it looks like, all of them are looking good coming out of non-conference to conference play.
Well, we really feel good about our basketball programs and our coaches that we have running those programs. They've done a great job this year and all season getting their teams ready to go. we have our Division I program in Bay Minette. The Division I conference season starts actually Thursday night. They begin conference play Thursday night, and we host Shelton State and women's and men's here in Bay Minette. So it'll be a good test coming out of the gate with Shelton State, who's been a perennial powerhouse in women and men's over the last decade or two, and so. But we're excited about the opportunity to go out and compete and start the conference season. And Coach Robertson and Coach Yelding have both played a really tough non-conference schedule to prepare their teams for the conference grind. And I feel strong about our programs and where they are. We got both teams are kind of in a rebuild and young, but they're junior college young doesn't mean anything because you got to get ready to play, and so they're ready, and we hope that that transfers onto the court and as we get going in conference.
I should have looked prior to coming on the air or doing this conversation with you, but I know since the renovation of Jack Robertson Arena, the losses have been few and far between, especially for the men's team. Have they even lost on their home floor?
Yeah, they've lost. They lost a couple games this year at home. They played some. They lost a tight game against Pensacola, and I think Pearl River right before Christmas. They had, it was a really good game, tight game, and but they've had a good season. We're really, Coach Robertson right now sitting at 8-4. In the non-con, and then Coach Taylor, and they're 2-1 in conference in Division II in Monroeville. So they're sitting right there at the top of the standings. They got a big conference game Thursday night. Got Reed State, who's kind of the newer program, second year, but that we're right down the highway from each other. So it's kind of a little friendly rivalry, and great chance to start the 2025 conference season with those guys Thursday night. And then Coach Armstrong also, they're undefeated, tied for first in conference. She's there. A lot of that team's back from last year's run, and she's brought some new kids in that have added value to the program. And we're excited about their season again, as they come off the defending ACC and South District champions.
As a matter of fact, I mentioned to Mandy, and last year's squad obviously very good. They win the district and advance on towards the district championship. But I think this year's squad may be a better team than last year's for her.
I think they're more versatile. I think they're still trying to find their chemistry a little bit. They played really well there before Christmas. That was a great game. We've had, funny, we have the coastal teams. We have coastal North and South, and we have a friendly rivalry. All of our coaches, they're peers. They have great relationships, but it is kind of cool when we get to play each other. And so they've both played a home and home in the non-conference, and both the women's games went into overtime, and both the home team won both overtime games. So that's been a really cool little rivalry there. And then the games between the men's games have been really, really intense and great games also. So it's been fun. That's the cool thing. Everybody's like, oh, you play each other. Well, we got good people in our organization that, we all, we understand and respect each other. And it's fun when they get a chance to compete against each other. And except for me, because, now I don't know whether to cheer for everybody or not cheer for anybody.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the thing where I'm kind of stuck on so I just kind of try to do the best I can to blend on those games.
To be neutral, huh?
Yes.
Baseball, softball coming up at the end of the month. So we've got that time of the year where we're blending sports. And interesting concept where Coastal North is concerned, because Coach Griffin is calling it a career at the end of the year. Isn't it a little unusual to blend coaches, which I like it? I mean, to me, it kind of smooths that transition. But isn't that kind of an unusual concept?
It is. But that was something that, Dr. Milner, our president, really thought that would be the best path for us to move forward, to keep continuity with our organization. Bruton baseball has gone, those kids and that program they've been dealt a lot of adversity over the last few years, there with we had the consolidation and, the changeover. And then we had Coach Blevins and his passing, and it was just awful. And those kids went through that. And then we had an interim coach. Then we had another coach for one semester. And then Coach Griffin, came back to really an opportunity to give back to the program that he helped build, help build. And so we didn't want to lose that momentum, especially coming off the championship season last year. And we feel like we've got another solid team in place in Bruton this year. So the worst thing that could happen is, Coach Griffin retire at the end of the year, and then we go through a 2-month coaching search, and then you got players that may not want to come back or leave, and you have no continuity. And then the recruiting cycle, how can you recruit when you don't have a head coach that's going to be there? So this was a win-win for us. Right now, Coach Matt Collins is our new going to be the head coach after the season, and he's been dynamic, hitting the ground running, and recruiting hard. And he and Coach Griffin are the coaches there this year. He's the assistant. Coach Griffin's the head coach, and basically he's the associate head coach. They are working hand in hand. Coach Griffin's letting Coach Collins basically make all the decisions about the future of the program, anything he wants to do, and then they're collaborating on how to be the best program they can be this year.
Going over to baseball in Coastal South, you've got Coach in his second year now there at Coastal South, and was right in the thick of things, about a couple of weeks out at the end of the season last year. So he's kind of already built up this level of expectation for Coastal South.
Yeah, J.D. Pruitt has done a great job. Last year, he took over a program there about a month before school started. That was kind of, we had a lot of our coach the year before knew before the end of the year that he wasn't going to be back. And that's kind of what we learned from, I'll be honest with you. We went through that situation. By the time we had someone hired, there was a 3 or 4 month gap. And it really, Coach Pruitt came in last year, and it was, we were trying to put a team together really fast. And they had a good year. They overachieved, in my opinion. They were in the top 2 of the conference for probably 3/4 of the conference season. Ended up finishing, I don't know, 3rd, 4th, 5th, somewhere in there, and made the tournament, and then lost 2 one-run games to the 2 teams that were in the finals, and beat the number 2 seed on the first day, Snead State, that had been a perennial powerhouse. So I think he got some people's attention last year. So I'm sure they'll be coming after him. He won't be underestimated this year. So they'll probably get everybody's best bullet, and they need to be prepared. But I'm betting on them, and they've got a good looking group. They're young, 33 freshmen, but as I said, young doesn't mean anything in junior college. You got to get ready to play. Those guys you're going to have to count on those guys to win, and that's not going to be an excuse. And he knows that, and I know they're not going to make one. They're going to go out and get ready to play, and we're excited about that program.
Going over to softball, Coastal South. Let's start there. Coach Mallory Radwich, to me, has got one of the premier JUCO facilities, and she's put together one of the premier JUCO softball programs.
We will have one of the premier JUCO facilities in about a year. When we get our indoor facility built here in Bay Minette with their stadium and all that's nice. But what we're about to do with the indoor baseball, softball, and locker rooms and all that, that's going to be something that if you're a student athlete and are interested in coming to play baseball and softball, you want to check this out. This is an opportunity you don't want to miss. This is, just from a player development standpoint, the things we'll have in there, and then the nice facilities to be able to work out of and maximize the resources to be successful. But Coach Radwich doesn't need any help. I mean, she's awesome. I mean, they've won. Last year they finished 2nd place in the conference. 3 years in a row before that, they were conference champions. They were runner-up in the tournament the year before that. She's got I really liked her team this fall. Good group of kids. They play well together. So I'm excited about their 2025 season coming up, and I know they are as well.
And speaking of renovations, in my conversation with Dr. Milner, suggested there have been some improvements too at Coastal North in the softball facility there.
Absolutely. Every facility has had some version of an upgrade, and there are some that are still in the works. But we've gone in and done some things there with the softball facility, the dugouts, replaced all the boards and painted and lighting, and same thing to the cages. And we've got our fields are in great shape. We just took on a new company that's managing our turf management. And they're doing a great job. Max Siebert out of Pensacola has done a great job. Our fields look like major league fields right now, and he's the reason for that. And he's actually an alumni, former coach at Bruton, and so it's kind of cool that we have a guy like that who's also a high level scout with the San Diego Padres at the major league level. So it's kind of cool that those things happen there. But we're the Bruton softball. I mean, the Monroeville softball. They came off a disappointing year last year after a run of, 7, 8, 9, 10 years in a row of being in the tournament. That's going to happen over the course of time. Sometimes it's just not going to work. But they had a really nice fall. They got better every week as the fall went on. And Coach Childress is, does a great job. She's been in coaching, 25 years or more, and she knows how to win and knows what it takes to be successful. So we're proud of what we have there and are excited about their season coming up also.
We've got 90 seconds, actually about 60 seconds. So talk about the other sports that start this spring.
All right, we've got Monroeville tennis, men's and women's tennis, and they're in their second year. I think we're excited about the improvements from year 1 to year 2. They had a nice fall, and they're definitely better. We've already had our first sophomore sign a scholarship, and that's Craig Blevins, who's Darryl Blevins' son, who's actually a member of our Monroeville tennis team at school. He's signed a scholarship to go on and continue his career and play college tennis at Blue Mountain College, and we're excited about that. And Coach Cowrie Allen, they've been in the national tournament the last 2 years and have fared well, and we're excited about I think they're better this year, so we're hopefully can have a chance to get over that hump for a state championship. And then we have men's and women's golf in Bruton. We're hosting our first golf tournament this spring in Bruton, and that's going to be a really cool thing for that community and that program. And then Lee Huggins down in Bay Minette, the golf program is back, and they're getting ready to go, and we're excited about this spring. So it's upon us. We have all of our sports rocking and rolling right now, and it's a busy next few months, but we embrace it and are excited about all the things we have going here at Coastal.
Coach, you and I will talk again soon. Great to have you as our halftime guest.
Thank you so much, Robert. I appreciate all you do for Coastal Alabama, and go Yotes.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Half number 2, a 17-point lead for the Coyotes. As we come out of the locker room at halftime, and Keys cranks it up immediately. Coyotes with the same 5 that started the game on the floor to start half number 2. Key, Small, Young, Murph, and Goodman. And there will be a Harris foul committed by the Boll Weevils, and Harris immediately coming out. Norris coming in. So to start the second half, Richardson, Harris, Smith, Swinney, and Pelham. But Harris off the floor quickly, Norris in. There is Smalls turning it into a 20-plus point lead. First points in the second half for the Boll Weevils as Richardson, the sophomore, delivers. Vandermeer and Murph for 2. Off the window. I mentioned when these two teams played in Enterprise, it was just a 3-point Coyote win. And certainly the Boll Weevils capable of getting back into the ball game in the final roughly 18 minutes of the game. But at least at this point, a much more dominant Coyote performance. Given to Pelham. Works it to the top of the key, hands it over to Richardson. Richardson then drive and drew the Murph foul. And that has got Richardson shooting. It is interesting that Coastal North, team-wise, is number one in one category, and it's true for the men as well. Both the men and women are the top rebounding teams in the conference. Murph coming out and Gilchrist in for the Coyote. And contributing to the Lady Coyotes' top rebounding efforts are the number 1 and 2 rebounders in the conference, Small and Key. The men have got one of the top 5 rebounders, and that's Washington. So more of a team effort where the men are concerned and kind of more centralized where the ladies are concerned. Key, a 47% free throw shooter. Not only is she number 2 in the conference in rebounding, she is number 5 in the conference in scoring. Getting her 18th start of the year. This afternoon, couple of misses. Norris tracks it down. Little hand check by Gilchrist. And that will turn into a Coyote foul. Pelham to put it in play. Richardson drives underneath. And Small is going to pick up the foul. So Richardson back of the line, a 53% free throw shooter. Enterprise State, during the season, went on a 10-game losing streak in December and January. Out front to Young. Gilchrist back to Young, and Young with a wall. Just got word that one of the teams we cover in Georgia, South Georgia Tech, big ball game today against East Georgia. They won it 78-72. That is huge for South Georgia Tech's Lady Jets because now the odds favor them hosting the semis in the championship versus having to go to Swainsboro, which is a very difficult place to play. So congratulations to the Lady Jets today. We will have them on Wednesday against Southern Crescent Tech. They don't have it wrapped up, but they're about a win away from wrapping up hosting. 21 of 2. Lennox into the game, goes to Young, into the corner to Gilchrist. Small touched it down low, back to Young. Lennox able to track down a loose ball with 8 on the shot clock. Forced to launch it, got the rim, and a new 20-second shot clock. Fed to Gilchrist, makes the turn on Norris. And Norris had a little too much hip action. Stuck that hip out and bumped Gilchrist. Picked up the foul. Resetting the shot clock at 20. Put in play to Small, and she will drop it in from inside the stripe. That today has been money for Small. Into the paint, turnaround, Pelham, 2. At this juncture of the game, the Coyotes more than willing to swap baskets with a 19-point lead. If that's another Norris foul, I believe that is at least 3. And it is Norris committing the foul. Both teams now with 4 in the quarter. One away from sending the other to the stripe. That is Gilchrist from the elbow, just a little bit strong. Rebounded by Richardson. Into the corner to Pelham. Flicks it down to Swinney. Swinney trying to shoot over Small. Lennox. Today has been the day of great passes. That was Jalen Hurts throwing to Devontae Smith in the end zone for a Super Bowl touchdown. Man, it was just right on the money. Smith with a miss. Young, coast to coast for 2. Fed over to Swinney, lost into the paint. Smalls got it. Lennox taking on Pelham, and Pelham will commit the foul. So Lennox to shoot, but she'll do it after the media timeout. 4:45 to go in the third. Coyotes out in front by 23.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Just a smidge under 5. Quarter number 3. And the Coyotes with a 23-point lead. Already have a spot in postseason wrapped up. But the question is, what spot? 1, 2, 3, or 4. And the irony being just about a week and a half away from the end of the year is they could be anywhere from 1 to 4. Diana Grace Nelson coming into the game for the Coyotes. Gilchrist exiting. As it is put in play by Demetria Jackson, who has come into the game. Also in is Kendra Anthony. And you got Jody Smith checking in too for the Boll Weevils. Nelson says, let me try the three. Rimmed it in and out. Out of bounds off Swinney. So here are the four teams on the ladies' side that will represent Division II in the ACCC. Chat Valley, Sneed State, Coastal North, Wallace-Selma. Illegal screen. And it'll be Boll Weevil basketball. The question is, who will be 1, 2, 3, or 4? Currently, Chat Valley is 1, Sneed State 2, and then I'm not sure how the tiebreaker works in that Wallace-Selma and Coastal North tied in conference mark off the glass, but put back by Small. Tied at 6 and 2. And it seems, now don't hold me to this, but it seems like one of the tiebreakers is margin of victory. If that be the case, then you would have the Coyotes winning because they won by 29 and lost by 3. But again, don't hold me to that. Two, it could be kind of a combined, how did you fare against the other teams in the top tier, the 1 and 2? Sneed State and Chat Valley. And right now we don't have any idea. Chat Valley is unbeaten, so everybody has lost to them except Coastal North, who hasn't played them. $20-point lead, Coyotes, 3:24 to play. And I think there is a discussion in regards to possession. Well, I'm looking to see if there's anything that has changed on our scoreboard. Still 52-29. Still Boll Weevil possession. I did hear someone say 30. I don't know if we had a reset on the shot clock or not. Given over to Anthony. Anthony with a miss. Rebounded by Jackson. Smith picking up the 2. Nelson into the corner of Lennox, firing to the opposite side. Young left open for the 3, just a little bit short. Smalls the board. Gives it back to Young. And you got a time violation as Key comes back into the game. Small will go out. Into the paint to Swinney. Swinney too strong off the glass, rebounded by Nelson. Nelson says, heck, I'm taking it coast to coast. Lennox with the rebound. Down low to Gilchrist, and the foul committed by Jackson. It is on the floor, but it's the 5th, which will have Gilchrist shooting. And Gilchrist shooting 2. One of two goes Goodman, but able to track it down. Feeds over to Key, and Key for two. And Coyote lead its biggest of the game. Drive to the glass by Anthony. Lennox has got it, going the other way. Off the rim, rebounded by Smith. That is Richardson picking up the foul. Lennox charged with a foul. Pelham coming back into the game for the Ball Weevils. And Anthony will leave. Richardson, the number 3 scorer on the team. Tops on the team in scoring isn't playing today. Trinity Lewis. Lennox missing on the 3, rebounded by Smith. Picks up the dribble, looking for a little help. Fires over towards Pelham, tipped and taken away. Lennox has got it. That is Nelson for 3 off the rim. Pelham with the rebound. Foul by Goodman. Trying to take it away from Richardson. So Richardson to the strike. One more game to follow on this doubleheader of basketball. And looking out the window, a sunny day. I thought it was supposed to cloud up and get very iffy later on tonight. I guess it might still do that, but got sunshine outside currently. Second game of the doubleheader, right about 20 minutes after this one wraps. And then, of course, the men of Coastal North and Enterprise State. Lennox for 3, and she's got at least 3 of those in the game. Smith with it. And there was a foul. That'll be called on Rihanna Jean, who has just checked into the game. Jody Smith has only played in 6 games this year. And according to stats, hadn't missed a free throw, but misses the first. She'll go 1 of 2. Coyotes looking to have the last possession of the stanza. Nelson couldn't get the rebound. Off the glass and back in. It is grabbed by Enterprise State. And you got to walk by Jackson that puts an end to the quarter. 10 minutes of basketball left in this one. Coyotes appear poised to pick up conference win number 7.
There once was a young coyote.
You're fired.
he found himself ill-suited for the jobs of the world. He struggled to compete in the corporate environment.
This isn't working out.
And failed at the simplest of tasks.
I think I'm gonna have to let you go.
No matter how hard he tried, his coyote hands were just not meant for regular jobs.
That guy is fired.
Until one day, when he was hired for the perfect job. To become a mascot. And then he found the place where he could thrive. Find the place where you thrive at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Well, officials getting back to play a little bit early, and what you had was a steal stolen away by Gene, taken to the other end of the floor by Lennox. And then you've got a walk and Bo Weevil ball. Down by 24. Interestingly, these two teams, their worst offensive performance came against the same team, Pearl River. On that day against Pearl River, Coastal North totaled 46. When Enterprise State played Pearl River, they finished with 27. Hannah Smith for three off the rim. Rebounded by Key. Given to Nelson. Lennox to Young, and Young 4-3. And the Coyotes just continue to add to the lead. It was 17 at the half. As Pelham will bring it inside. Young got a little push from Pelham. So Young to the stripe, who hits 44% of her free throws. Number 3 in the conference in three-point shooting at 36%. And averaging just a nudge below 10. Second leading scorer on the team. Lead back to 27. Swinney to Richardson. That is Smith for three. Got the rim. Rebounded by Grace. And that'll go out of bounds. Jackson putting it in play to Richardson. Knocks it down for the charity stripe. Lennox topside with it. Inside 8 to play. Gives to Key. Key battling for it in the paint. Throws it out front. Richardson takes it. And she will pop it from the other end of the floor. Nelson in play to Lennox. Nice pass. Key able to finish on try number 2. from the charity stripe. Out of bounds for Richardson. Gilchrist into the game. Lennox coming out. Put in play to Nelson. Back it goes to Young. Into the paint. Tipped, then taken away. Pelham to Smith. Smith for three. Too strong. Jackson with the rebound. Off the rim, and Jackson able to grab into the corner. Fed down low. Swinney with a miss. Taken away by Smith. And a foul called on Jean. Murph back into the game. Young out. Odom coming in. Nelson going out. A little too strong. Jackson from the elbow. Odom with a board. Kicks it over to Gilchrist. Tip, then taken away. Jackson with it. And then you got a double dribble. And Coyote basketball. Put in play from the baseline. Thrown down low, tipped by Swinney out of bounds. Murph to put it in play. Gets it out front to Gilchrist. Murph with a drive. Tipped out to Richardson. Stolen away by Jean. Into the paint, lost it. Smith's got it. Pelham with a pull-up. Too strong. Gilchrist takes the rebound. Key just a little short. Pelham with a rebound for the Ball Weevils. Fires down low, tipped out of bounds by Odom. Harris back into the game for the Ball Weevils. Ball Weevils wrapping up their year today. Coyotes still have 3 key conference games. Still got Sneed State, got Chat Valley twice. And as a matter of fact, when you look at those standings, Chat Valley at 9-0 only has 2 games left. They are both against North. Odom gets fouled. So if you're Chat Valley, the worst you can finish is 9-2. Sneed State, 3 games left. 1 against Coastal North and 2 against Wallace Selma. Coastal North, after this one, 3 left. Sneed State, Chat Valley twice. And obviously Wallace Selma taking on Reed State and then Sneed State twice. So you can see why it's just absolutely impossible at this moment to really have a clear grasp on 1, 2, 3, or 4. They're all playing one another, and quite often in the final week of the year. We've got it down to our last media timeout. Coyotes up by 26 with less than half of the quarter to go.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone. Because now you're a part of something, a community that wants you to succeed, thrive. Here, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, coyotes. That's the pack. That's Coastal Alabama.
Well, let's just kind of kick back and join the game. Bright colors there on the sidelines. If the lights went out, we'd know where one fellow was. Richardson at the strike. 4:49 to go. Coyotes will improve to 7-2 in conference play and get over the 500 mark overall at 11-10. Gene down low to Murph. Murph misfiring. Sanders had it. Murph gets it and coaxes it over the rim. And a reach foul on Sanders. Non-shooting foul. We are still a couple of Coyote fouls away from putting a boll weevil on the line in the fourth. Jumper from Harris, short. Odom with the rebound. And it'll be put in play from the opposite side of the floor. In play to Richardson. Harris into the paint from the elbow. Swinney with the rebound, kicks it over to Pelham. And that'll be tipped out of bounds by either Sanders or Odom. Out off Murph. So another throw in by the Boll Weevils. Men's basketball slated for a 4 o'clock start. Looks like it will get underway close to that. Swinney, put back try number 2. Sanders with it. Given to Murph. Feeds it to Sanders, and Sanders with her first field goal. And we'll have a break in the action. I thought I heard the officials say media, but I thought we took that at the 4:49 mark. But hey, maybe we get another one. We'll take it in a 70-42 contest.
Just about all white. Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Cooper Center here in Monroeville, Alabama. Saturday afternoon of basketball, the twin billing. And the first of the two not far from wrapping. Smith to the stripe. Smith in her 5 prior games, averaging 8 points a contest. Goes 1 of 2. Rebounded by Pelham. That is Norris for 3. And the Boll Weevil coach just encouraging his Enterprise State team to finish strong. This one will be a Coyote win. Murph taking it away and then giving it away. And Norris trying to maintain possession. And we'll get a timeout to help her do just that. .252 to go. And Coach Mandy Armstrong has her team poised for a return trip to postseason play. Pelham working into the right side. Murph nearly had the steal. Swinney able to keep it. Norris giving to Harris. Harris down low to Swinney. Odom went for the steal. Swinney goes for the 2. Gilchrist getting fouled. The best Coyote performance of the year, 79 against Wallace-Selma. 70 currently. And Gilchrist trying to pop 2 more. Goes 1 of 2. But able to rebound, and Gilchrist trying to get it low to Sanders, taken away by Norris. Back to Smith. Trying to get it down low to Swinney, and you got a jump ball. And the possession arrow will take us to the Coyote end of the floor. Back to Gilchrist. Gilchrist off the rim. Jean with a putback. Given to Pelham. Sanders hands it to Murph. And Odom can't hang on to the pass. It'll be Boll Weevil basketball with about 90 seconds to play And Pelham on the opposite end of the floor. I don't know if she took a shot. Or is in some unrelated pain, but she'll go to the sideline. Knocked down by Smith. Given to Jean. Jean drops it in. And the Coyotes 5 away from their best offensive showing of the year. But only have a minute to go. Swinney with 2. Odom with the top side. Murph, short. Gilchrist with a miss. Put back. Jean again. Norris with a miss on the 3 try. Murph with it out front. Jackson defending. Gilchrist into the corner. Murph. Murph short. Tipped out. And let's see who will have it. Foul going to be called on Jean. And we are going to head to the opposite end of the floor or bring it in from the far sideline. Scoreboard indicates we need to shoot a 1-and-1. Or not a 1-and-1. Not playing men's basketball. Shoot the bonus. And 2. And I think that may be what the officials are discussing right now. Well, the scoreboard indicates there are 5 Coyote fouls, which would put a Boll Weevil at the line, but looks like we're not going to have one. We are just going to see the ball put in play for the final 2 seconds of the game. And Harris will misfire, and that is a Coyote win. 77-53, your final score. So the Coyotes getting a key conference victory. And moving that overall mark above 500 to 11-10. 1 game in the books and 1 more to go. It is the men who will play next. We'll have it for you in 20. Thanks so much for watching First Saturday win for Coastal Alabama North's ladies. But most importantly, a big conference victory. We'll see you in 20 for more basketball here from the Cooper Center. For now, so long from Coastal Alabama and JockJive. I'm Robert Williamson. See you in 20.